welcome to another edition of Golden Independence. We're here live in Bermuda, and yeah, it's a beautiful day, and we're moseying right along, right? We're taking it one day at a time, and if you don't know by now, you've been living under a rock somewhere. Bitcoin is where it's at, and I'm here to help people to educate themselves about a very easy way to get involved. Well, it's so called easy. You have to have some skill, right? You have to have some knowledge. All right. If you don't know the difference between a hot wallet and a cold wallet, this channel is not for you, right? On this journey, I'm learning that there's levels to the crypto world and everything that comes with it, right? That includes the information. Not everybody's going to understand or you know take action just because you're passionate about something. People who know and we're passionate, we know why it's important to acquire Bitcoin, put our spirit change into Bitcoin, or even just mine Bitcoin passively, right? It's a reason for that. And all I'm saying is that if you are able, if you're able to put yourself in a position where you are acquiring Bitcoin in your sleep, right? If you're able to put yourself in a position where you're acquiring Bitcoin in your sleep, you are in a superior position right now, especially if you don't have any. All right, so if you don't have any Bitcoin, then yeah, this opportunity that I'm sharing is definitely for you. So one thing, people ask is, hey, well, what's the big deal? Well, one of the major reasons of this big deal as to why Bitcoin is, number one, all the money printing that's going on, the debasement of currency of your particular nation. So if you're in the U.S., the United States is doing a lot of debasement of their currency. They're printing money, and it's devaluing your purchasing power, right? And Bitcoin is reacting to that by securing your purchasing power. Yeah, it's solidifying your purchasing power. So with the debasement of currencies, right? That's good money pushes out bad money. So Bitcoin, we view Bitcoin as good money, and people are going to Bitcoin because that's good money. Because wherever they are is bad money, because they see the money printing going on. So the main thing that's the main takeaway as to why Bitcoin is an entity, right, that's been created that basically measures energy through its mathematical equation, right? It's based on math. Eventually, things are going to be measured in Bitcoin because it's energy. It's energy, right? Um, it's a digital representation of energy that's been created. So if you think of things that can generate energy, like solar energy, right? Steam, right? Electricity, things that generate energy to to produce a Bitcoin, right? This is where the Bitcoin mining comes into play, ladies and gentlemen, right? This is where the Bitcoin mining comes into play, because that energy could then be stored, right, through the unit of Bitcoin. Consider being able to mine Bitcoin, right? It's not going to happen today, not tomorrow. However, with the technology and through the advancements, I could see this happening where people use their own energy, their kinetic energy, to mine Bitcoin by wearing a device, right? You wear this device that connects you to the web, and when you move, when you walk, you're generating energy, right? And that energy, just you moving around in your day-to-day, right, will help you to mine Bitcoin. Like you're mining Bitcoin or Satoshis. Maybe not Bitcoin, but however Satoshis. When you wear this device. I could see these types of things happening, right, in the future. However, right now we have a company called BitHarvest that has BitBoosters, right? And you could purchase these BitBoosters that acquire a certain amount of Satoshis every day, right? So we acquire Satoshis daily, ladies and gentlemen, daily, right? And when we acquire Satoshis daily, what we're doing is that we are building up our savings, right? Because Bitcoin is the new way to save money, because Bitcoin is money, if you didn't know. And BitHarvest allows you to acquire that money in your sleep on a daily basis. You just set it and forget it, right? And in the future, potentially, what you will have, you could acquire more Bitcoin or more bit boosters through the system just by using the system, right? So we can leverage the system of BitHarvest to acquire more bit boosters. But let's talk about why Bitcoin is going to be a major player and a mainstay, talking point for the years to come. You have countries looking at it to back their own currencies. That's number one. So the fact that countries are looking to invest in mining, i.e. the US, i.e. Russia, i.e. China. Well, how about this? They're already doing it over in China and Russia. They're already mining, but because they've seized the mining companies, or the companies that were mining it, right? They just snatched it, just took it, just seized everything, and now they've nationalized. You might say they've nationalized it for their own gain. So Russia, this is where Russia and China have their own Bitcoin holdings through seizing the assets that people over there have produced. Now, some will say, hey, it's not fair, whatever. Hey, take that up with Russia. Be fortunate and be glad that you don't live in Russia and you wasn't that individual who took time out to do the mining or to set it up. However, we call that a donation because it's all good for the community, for the network, i.e. the network of Bitcoin, because the governments, whether it be Russia, China, or America, or Canada, right, or any of the nations around the world, they recognize, right, the power of Bitcoin and how uh, they can conduct trade freely. You see, they can conduct trade freely. This is already going on, ladies and gentlemen. This is happening with the other nations in the lower Americas. Yes, places like Argentina, Venezuela, right, Brazil, where these places they're mining Bitcoin. They're mining Bitcoin in African nations, right? In the African nations, people are investing in mining equipment to mine Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a necessity outside of so-called first world countries, right? It's not this gambling thing that we are used to, or what we came up with. Also overheard we have come up with saying with the mantra or the rhetoric of Bitcoin is a Ponzi scheme. Well, guess what? In the Far East, it's a necessity, right? It's a payment plan, right? They're using it to pay people. Like, people are being paid in satoshis, and when Bitcoin goes up, guess what? That means their lifestyle increases because the value of their money goes up, i.e., the Bitcoin. And because Bitcoin is being utilized, right, in other parts of the world as a part of payment to do business, right? One whole Bitcoin is very volatile, but hey, when it comes down to the satoshis are stable, so you could pay people in satoshis, right? The satoshis don't go up that much. Those who have a BitHarvest account could see, right? When you have satoshis, when Bitcoin goes up to 50,000 and then drop, or 60,000 and then drops back down to 50,000, you know, your satoshi amount doesn't grow that fast, right? If you just have a shared booster, right? If you just have a shared booster, okay, fine. However, if you have a full booster or a series of boosters, maybe a booster farm, to where you're able to mine one Bitcoin. Some people are probably already have one Bitcoin already because they've bought several of the BitBoosters, and you could do that, right? So if you want to, you know, mine one Bitcoin, two Bitcoin, you could do that through this platform. Yeah. So the more boosters you have, the faster you get to one Bitcoin. So, and that's when you'll see the volatility in your back office of your BitHarvest account, right? That's when you'll see it fluctuate. You'll see the 50,000 and 60,000, right, in your BitHarvest account. But if you just got the satoshis, it's not going to go up and down like that. It's not going to go up and down too much, too tough, because it's just the satoshis. So people are being paid in satoshis. However, when Bitcoin starts to go beyond the 10 million, right? The 10 million level, or how about the 100 trillion in market cap? It starts to increase in market cap to 100 and 1,000x and all the rest of it, right? The satoshis are now going to become more valuable. So rather than $5 a day, right? Consider this: when it 10x's, right? It won't be $5 a day, it'll be $50. And if it does 100x, right? If it does 100x within the 4 years, your daily payout will be $500 per day. This is the potential power, right, of the BitHarvest opportunity. So it's not about, you know, it's not like, oh, we're gonna get rich quick. We are going to get rich with the system when it grows. Just like in the beginning, when Bitcoin was worth pennies or even less than a penny, and you were able to mine it from a computer. It's the same principality. Way back in 2010, 2000, right? 2009, 2010, you were able to mine from a computer, and it wasn't worth much. One whole Bitcoin. Remember that. And now, here we are. The Satoshis are at that same, are under the same principle. They're under the same principle. So right now we're mining on average, right? If you have one full booster, right, you're mining on average approximately, and I'll be on the low scale, $5 a day. I'm going on the low scale. However, when we see this ride, it's going to be 500 a day. Now, 500 a day. Now, you just do the math, ladies and gentlemen. 5 times 7 is 35. Right? So that's 3,500 a week. And now you multiply that by 4. Hello. Now we're talking 5 figures a month. Hello. You see what I'm saying? So not necessarily do you have to have a full Bitcoin when we're going to be having passive revenue of 15,000 a month on average, potentially. However, this is when Bitcoin goes up, starts going up, starts getting into the 100 trillion market cap. Right now, we're at 1 trillion. Bitcoin is at 1 trillion market cap. When Bitcoin goes to 100 trillion market cap, that's when our $500 a day starts kicking in. Those who have the full booster. I'm only talking about the full booster, not the shirt booster. However, the shirt booster, consider this, it's 1/10 of that. So if you have a shirt booster, it won't be 500 a day, it'll be 1/10 of it. You'll make your $50 a day. Right? But that's still a lot. That's still a lot of money to be making passively for an initial investment of $100. Your initial purchase, your initial purchase, $100 of crypto. It's not fiat, right? We're not. You cannot utilize any government money. No government money can be used for this project. You have to have crypto already. That's what's so beautiful. That's why this project is still going. That's why no government is chasing it. No government, no entity is looking after it, because they're not taking any dollars. They're not taking fiat money. Right? It's all crypto. It's all crypto based, which means that definitely the average person cannot get involved with this opportunity. You already have to be on a level, and there are already a lot of people way more advanced than me, and it's just going to be a matter of time before they find this platform or this opportunity. And you can only get involved with this opportunity through invitation, through doing things like this, right? So having said that, right, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? You know, get out there, do your podcasting. If you have your account, do your podcasting, put it out there. Because that is the way of the world, right? We'll go in digital. We'll go in digital. And this opportunity is giving you access to $1 trillion market, and actually a quadrillion-dollar market, because Bitcoin is about to eat up everything. It's going to eat up real estate. It's going to eat up the bond market. It's going to eat up stocks. It's going to surpass gold. It's going to surpass that market cap, because eventually, right, all the big money, the smart money, i.e., like BlackRock, all that money is going to go into Bitcoin. Why? Because the smart money, they want yield. Smart money wants yield. Bottom line. And Bitcoin is the only asset right now that has that type of yield, more than what they even anticipated or even expected. So what we have to remember, ladies and gentlemen, what we got to remember is that time is the ultimate asset, and time is the original. It's the original money, right? Bitcoin is derived from time and measures energy. So if we are acquiring Bitcoin through mining, through the BitHarvest, all we need now is time. You let time do the rest, and then you sit back and enjoy. Because Bitcoin is going to allow us to buy our time in the future, buy our time back. Whatever time you thought you lost, we will be able to buy it back, because that's what's happening with the people who were successful in acquiring or accumulating Bitcoin and securing it in 2012, or up to 2012, possibly even up to 2014. I would even say, if they kept dollar cost averaging, putting their money into Bitcoin, right? They're living the best life right now. Living the best life, right? Even if they have 500 tokens left, right? If you just got 500 coins, Bitcoins, you're sitting pretty. Matter of fact, you probably haven't even touched if you already liquidated, if you had 1,000 and if you liquidated 500 at 20,000, you shouldn't have. If you're smart, you should still have 500. You should still have 500 tokens left. Not tokens. You should still have 500 Bitcoins left. Because 500 times 20,000, ladies and gentlemen, I'll leave that right there. Right? And it hasn't even been 10 years yet since the $20,000 hike, right? Or even the 10,000, right? I mean, once you have a house, and a car, one car or two, what else do you really need? I mean, what else do you really need? Everything else should be taken care of. We don't need to be spending our money on a lot of nonsense. If you're just talking about spending it on a good, healthy lifestyle, you're not spending $1 million a year, right? You're not spending $1 million a year, so you should still have that millions in your Tether account, or buying the dip, right? Buying that dip, or using the funds to buy the dip, and getting the yield. Getting the yield that's necessary, right? Because that's what it's all about. It's all about the Bitcoin and getting the yield, buying the dip. Now with BitHarvest, the good thing about BitHarvest is that we don't have to worry about buying the dip, right? And we're definitely not going to have to worry about it in 8 years' time, because after 8 years, ladies and gentlemen, that's when we will be the numero uno. We will be the originators of the Satoshi mining, because after 8 years, and this is the mic drop, all you will ever get is Satoshis. 8 years, there will only be Satoshis. and what entity or what opportunity, right? Or what will be out there that would be feasible for you to mine Satoshis. See, by the time people start to invest in that or acquire whatever the new device is that's going to come out, that's going to mine Satoshis, we would have an 8-year start. We will have an 8-year lead on these people. Yeah, and probably we'll already be living our best life. Something to think about. But as you can see, I'm currently living my best life now. Right? So yeah, just enjoying the sun and the water. And we're gonna check out another spot. And I'm gonna leave you guys to chew on that. That's food for thought. All right? So check out the link below. If you know what you're doing, you can sign up, get positioned, and be safe. Stack them sats. Up. Peace.